Every piece of French-style advice you have read starts the same way. She steps out of a cobblestone apartment in Paris. She is wearing a Breton striped top, a trench coat, a silk scarf, knotted at the throat. She is perfectly composed. The autumn light catches her just right, and you are in Orlando, or Brisbane, or Singapore, and it is 34 degrees before 9 in the morning. That image was created for a very specific climate, and it is not yours. What it also leaves out is that the French Riviera, Côte d'Azur, has had its own answer to this problem for over a century. This is the geographic gap. It is the most common frustration I hear from this community. I love the French approach to dressing, but the advice never works where I actually live. You are right, and today we fix that. Here is what the French-style conversation always leaves out. France is not only Paris. France has a Mediterranean coastline that runs for over 300 kilometers. It has Nice, Antibes, Cassis, Saint-Tropez. These are French cities where summer temperatures regularly reach 38 degrees, where humidity sits high from June through September, where women are no less French and no less elegant than anyone photographed on the Boulevard Saint-Germain in October. The rules of French dressing in heat already exist. They just do not get talked about. That changes now. The first thing most people get wrong is fabric. When it gets hot, the instinct is to wear less. Less fabric, less coverage, less structure. French women in warm climates do the opposite. They wear more fabric, but they choose it very differently. The principle is the airy silhouette. You create space between the fabric and your skin. That space becomes a channel for air to move. Your body stays cooler than it would in a tight, sleeveless top with half the surface area. The two fabrics that do this best are linen and silk. Wide-leg linen trousers in sand or écru on a woman over 60 walking outdoors in natural light. Linen is made from the flax plant. Its individual fibers are hollow. That hollow structure allows moisture to move through the fabric up to 4 times faster than cotton does in humid conditions. This is the difference between feeling damp and pressed against your body for the entire afternoon versus feeling dry within minutes of stepping into shade. Linen also has a natural stiffness that holds the fabric away from the skin. That airspace is not a coincidence. It is the point. The silhouette to reach for is wide-leg linen trousers, not tapered, not cropped short, wide. The trouser leg acts almost like a bellows, drawing air upward with each step. Pair them with an oversized linen or silk shirt, and you have the single most cooling combination available in a refined wardrobe. These 5 pieces, the wide-leg linen trouser, the oversized silk shirt, the adjustable leather sandal, the silk scarf, and quality sunglasses, form the core of a French summer capsule wardrobe. Everything works together. Nothing is redundant. Visual. Oversized silk shirt in ivory or soft white, worn loose and untucked over wide-leg linen trousers on a woman over 60. Silk works differently. Its protein structure means it responds to your body temperature, rather than the temperature around you. In heat, silk wicks moisture away from the skin and allows it to evaporate at the surface. In air conditioning, it provides a light layer of insulation. It is one of the few natural materials that works in both directions, which is why the French have never stopped using it. What you want to avoid is polyester, even when it is marketed as breathable. Polyester traps heat at the skin because it is non-absorbent. Moisture has nowhere to go. This is what creates that uncomfortable warmth that builds through the day and does not release. The rule is simple: natural fibers only. Linen and silk are not luxury choices in a warm climate. They are the practical ones. Now the color question. This is where most French-style advice quietly falls apart in the heat. Black is a French wardrobe constant. This is largely true and well established. But French women on the Côte d'Azur are not wearing black in July. The reason is not stylistic. It is physics. Dark colors absorb solar radiation. A black garment in direct sunlight can raise the surface temperature of the fabric by up to 20 degrees above the ambient temperature. A white or light sand garment reflects the majority of that radiation back. The difference in how your body feels after 20 minutes outdoors is significant and measurable. Visual. Flat lay or styled outfit showing sand linen trousers, ivory silk shirt, cognac leather sandals. This does not mean abandoning the French color philosophy. It means shifting it to its warm climate version. The colors used on the French Riviera in summer are what we might call French neutrals. Sand, stone, ecru, warm white, pale terracotta, and a soft sage green that appears frequently in the markets of Provence. These are not the sharp, stark whites of Greek island photography. They are warmer and earthier, and they wear better on skin that has been in the sun. One distinction worth holding on to. The warm whites used on the Riviera are not brilliant optical whites. Optical white can look harsh against mature skin in strong sunlight. What you are looking for is ECRU, or an off-white with a warm undertone, what the French sometimes call blanc casse, broken white. It reads as more considered, not less. If you feel lost without a deeper anchor color, reach for a single navy or deep sage accessory rather than a dark base garment. A navy linen bag or an olive headscarf worn in the hair gives you that depth without wrapping your torso in a heat-absorbing fabric. Now the accessories. And this is where the French coastal approach is actually much closer to your climate than the Paris version. The silk scarf first. In heat, you do not wear it at the throat. You wear it in the hair, tied loosely over a low chignon, or knotted at the nape of the neck. You wear it threaded through the handle of a straw or leather bag. You wear it tied loosely at the wrist. These are not workarounds for a cold weather accessory. They are how women in Cannes and Saint-Tropez have worn scarves for decades. The scarf at the throat is a Paris in autumn styling choice. The scarf in the hair is the Mediterranean one, and it is the one that Brigitte Bardot made iconic in Saint-Tropez in the 1950s and the 1960s. The images still circulate because the look still works. a knotted headscarf over a low chignon is as correct today as it was then. A silk scarf worn over the hair also performs a practical function in heat. Because silk regulates temperature, it keeps the base of the skull marginally cooler than bare skin under direct sun. It protects the hair from UV damage and from the humidity-induced frizz that undoes a polished look within an hour of leaving the house. The French coastal woman has always known this. The style magazines photographing Paris in October have not mentioned it. Sunglasses next. French women treat sunglasses as a permanent part of the face rather than something they carry. A high-quality frame in a classic shape, a large oval, an oversized cat eye, or a simple rectangular frame does three things at once. It provides UV protection, which genuinely matters after 60, because the lens of the eye becomes more susceptible to UV-related damage as we age. It gives the whole outfit a focal point from the outside, and it takes no effort to put on in the morning. It is the simplest possible upgrade to a summer look, and it has the highest return. A word on metal jewelry. Metal absorbs and holds heat against the skin. A statement necklace worn outdoors in 35-degree weather becomes noticeable within minutes. The warm climate approach is to limit metal at the neck and wrists in high summer and reach instead for a natural material. A fine woven rope bracelet, a ceramic or shell pendant, a linen cord, light, temperature neutral, and still deliberate. Now, footwear. This is the part of French hot weather dressing that almost never gets discussed, and it is the part your body will thank you for understanding. Heat causes the blood vessels near the surface of the skin to dilate. This is how your body cools itself. Blood moves toward the skin where it can release heat, and the fluid that accompanies it shifts into surrounding tissue. The result is that many women's feet and ankles swell visibly during hot weather, particularly in the afternoon hours. This is not a medical problem for most people. It is a physiological response to heat, but it becomes an elegance problem if your shoes are fixed size, closed toe, or made from a non-breathing material. Visual. Adjustable leather sandal with buckle strap, shown on a woman over 60, walking on an outdoor surface. The French Riviera answer is the adjustable leather sandal, not a flat thong with no support, a sandal with a proper footbed, a back strap, and at least one adjustable buckle. This allows you to fasten it comfortably in the morning and loosen it slightly in the afternoon when swelling arrives. The leather matters. It molds to the shape of your foot over time. It breathes. It does not trap moisture the way synthetic materials do. For a more casual option, the espadrille, another French coastal classic, with roots in the Basque region and a permanent presence on every beach from Biarritz to Antibes, provides the same breathability in a flat, lightweight sole. It is one of those pieces that has remained unchanged because nothing about it needs improving. The makers to look toward for leather sandals are Portuguese and Spanish workshops that have been producing this specific sandal for the Mediterranean market for generations. These are not fashion sandals built for one season. They are built to be resoled. The French woman in Antibes who has worn the same pair for 8 summers is not being frugal. She is being correct. One final note on heel height. Even a modest heel increases the load on the front of the foot, which is already more vulnerable to swelling in heat. A flat or very low wedge reads as polished when worn with wide-leg trousers, and it removes the risk of instability on uneven outdoor surfaces. This is not a compromise. It is the right choice for the climate. Now the hair and the face, which this community asks about specifically and consistently. Humidity causes hair to absorb moisture from the air and expand. This is why straight styles frizz and set styles lose their shape within an hour outdoors. The French answer in coastal climates is not a product answer, it is a structural one. You move the hair up and away from the neck and face. A low chignon secured with a simple clip or pin, a loose, low plait, hair pinned at the nape with a quality barrette. These styles remove the hair from the humidity zone at the back of the neck, where perspiration and ambient moisture are highest. They require almost no product to hold. They do not fight the weather. They accept it. Visual, low chignon or low plait on a woman over 60, shown from behind or 3/4 angle. The silk scarf worn loosely over a low bun absorbs surface moisture and holds the style through a full afternoon outdoors. This is why it is the default warm weather hair choice in every coastal French town. It is not decorative first. It is functional first and beautiful as a consequence. For makeup, the principle is the same. Fewer layers, better quality, applied with intention. A tinted SPF moisturizer in place of foundation. And that SPF is doing double work here, because sun protection applied to the face in a warm climate is not a beauty step. It is the foundation of the whole approach. A single coat of waterproof mascara, a tinted lip balm rather than a lipstick that migrates in heat. The goal is not a face that looks bare. It is a face that looks intentional and stays that way through the entire afternoon. The geographic gap in French-style content is real, and over time, it has built up a false belief that elegant dressing only works in a temperate climate. It does not. French women have been dressing for heat for as long as the south of France has existed. Coco Chanel brought the Breton mariniere to the Riviera over 100 years ago, precisely because she understood that elegance was not a function of cold weather. It was a function of intention. The designers who followed, from the houses that made the mariniere their signature, to the makers producing espadrilles and leather sandals for this coast generation after generation, built on that same principle. They simply have not been the ones photographed for international style features. The image that travels is Paris in October. The practice that actually answers your question is Nice in August. Wide-leg linen and silk in French neutrals. A silk scarf in the hair rather than at the throat. Quality sunglasses worn every single day. An adjustable leather sandal that works with your body through the full day rather than against it. This is how elegance travels. It adapts to the climate it is living in. It does not apologize for the heat. It reads the heat correctly and dresses for it. If this video opens something up for you, the video on our 4 best sandals for summer is linked above. That one goes much deeper on the footwear question, and it has been the most talked about piece on this channel this month. And if you are dressing in a specific hot climate, Florida, Queensland, the coast of Southeast Asia, anywhere the standard French style advice has let you down, tell me in the comments. I read everyone.